in the community that were sending healing to Shiva. We were all doing our best and working to help her and to help heal her body. And there was a moment after I had this most beautiful connection with her for hours. I was sitting in front of her and just sending her light. And it was just like the room was illuminated with pure love. And I just felt such peace with her. And she was just looking at me and kind of leaning into my energy. And we were just sharing very deeply. Like, I had deep eye contact, just telling her how much I loved her, how much I respected and valued her. And after that couple hours of healing, I went upstairs and I laid down to meditate. And I was just asking my angels directly, which I encourage you all to do, because you can ask them very direct questions and they will let you know. And the thing is that we humans need to be open to the direct answers. And so I laid down and I was just meditating. I was asking my angels, is there anything else that I can do? Like, can we heal her? Can we help her stay? And the message I got intuitively, the consciousness that streamed in was, it's time to let go, sweet one. And I just started to cry because I knew they would never lie to me. And I knew they were preparing me to let go and that I was to help her transition. And I had a vision in that meditation where I saw my children who, after my divorce, they were living with their father, and there's a whole lot that went on with that situation, but I knew I had to leave and I had to prepare a healthy environment, and that when my children were ready, they would follow if they were ready. And so I just had to stay focused on alignment and doing what felt honorable for myself. And so as I left, I did create the space, and Spirit provided everything for me. And in this vision, I saw myself with my children, and we were hiking, and Shiva was there. And all of a sudden in the vision, I was crying, and I was talking about how much I missed Shiva. And I realized that she was there in spirit. She wasn't there physically. Well, after this meditation, it was just within 2 days, and I had to assist Shiva in putting her down. And I don't really like that term, putting down, but basically going to the vet and assisting her and helping her soul release from her body. I like to look at it that way. Like, I helped her release from her form and to come out of that sick body and to be free. And so within actually that day of the meditation, my daughter came to visit, and her and I hadn't talked for a while, and she just cried and hugged me and was like, Mama, I love you so much. And she apologized for things that had happened in the past and things she had said to me. And we just hugged, and I was like, it's okay. Like, I forgave you a long time ago, and I'm just glad you're here, and I'm just glad you can say goodbye to Shiva. And so we really kept it about Shiva. And then the next day, my son contacts me, and so this has been a week since Shiva passed. She passed last Sunday. And this weekend, my son moved in with us. And my daughter came and talked to me and said she would like to come live with us part-time as well. She just wants to try it here and there. And could she do homework here? And she just said she feels very peaceful in my house and that she needs that. And my son shared the same exact feelings. And so the reason I say this is because my little Shiva is a miracle worker, and we were all praying for miracles, and we were all focused on that miracle, meaning that she stayed in her body. But she is helping with miracles, and my children coming back to me is going to make me cry. But that is an amazing miracle, and I just feel like we all have to see the bigger picture. Sometimes we get caught up in the smallness, and we really want to control and have it work out a certain way. And I even got a little irritated when I knew what Shiva was doing. And I was just like, no, you don't need to leave your body for this. And she had a purpose. My dog's spirit had a greater purpose. And now that she's passed, my children are coming back and our hearts are healing. And we will never forget Shiva, ever. And she knows that. And I feel she will come back to me in some way. And I'm really excited to see how. But I just have so much honor and respect for what she chose. Like, she has taught me so much about what love really is. And I just feel like so many of us as humans have so much to learn from the loyalty and the deep unconditional love of our pets. And like my dog, she was just so unconditionally loving, and that's why she was what I called my soul sister, my best friend. I did not meet very many humans that were as loyal and as faithful, as committed, and as loving as she was. And I just feel hopeful that that's what she's taught me, and I can be more like her in every way that I live and every connection I have. So I just salute my soul sister Shiva for that. And I'm really excited that my children are back. And I feel that I've learned so much about, as a healer, when to let go. There's times where if you're a healing spirit and your purpose is here to assist others with healing, like mine, it's like in your DNA to heal, to help with healing. And so everything in us wants to fight to the edge of just making sure, not fight in a negative way, but stand up and really send energy and healing and assist to the edge. Like, we're going to give everything we can to help. And there comes that balance where when I knew I'd given all I could give and I went and tuned into source and asked, and my angels assured me it was time to let go, there was this moment of surrender where I had to let go and realize I wasn't failing, and that I had done what I could, and that she was choosing to go, and that that was her choice. And so it's really important for us as healers and as humans to understand that if a spirit that we love is in a form and that form starts to get sick, or it starts to fail in some way, or that spirit wants to go, if they want to leave the relationship or they want to leave their body, it's really their right to choose that. We have no right to control the journey of another. And I feel that's why with my children, I did not make them leave with me. I refused to do that. I was just like, that is not in alignment. My children must choose in their time. It's their journey. I feel that that's something I had to work so hard for myself, because I had so many people in my life always telling me how I should live and what I should or shouldn't do. And it's really pushed on me to become the spiritual warrior, to really speak with truth and stand up for myself, and to also encourage and educate others in the importance of that for each other. Because we're really not here to control each other. We're here to assist each other, to offer guidance. We're here to love each other, but we're not here to control and possess each other. And in our society, there's so many that they call this love, and it's really twisted. There's not a whole lot of people I've met that really understand love. I feel optimistic that more and more humans will learn what love is, but there's so much room for improvement on true unconditional love and loving in an angelic way instead of in a controlling, possessive way. That's always about fear, and fear cannot be present while love is present. We have to choose one or the other. So I feel that a lot of this topic today with surrender is just to help us to realize that there is a higher flow and a higher purpose to it all. And as we trust in that, and we trust in our deservability and our worthiness, we trust in our health and like our right to live with freedom and with love and respect, we will be supported. The universe will support us. I promise each of you, if you start to live in alignment with your soul's highest good, you will witness the external effects of that choice. And equally, if you choose to stay in this place of believing that you don't deserve, believing that you're less than, believing you have to earn respect or earn love, then you will create an external situation that will teach you that that's true. So there we get back to laws of attraction. And really, that's happening all the time. What we think of ourselves, the energy we put out, it is coming back to us all the time. So it's really important that we start to shift those inner thoughts and that internal dialogue to a more positive frequency. I need to take a drink just a second. It's important that we understand how deserving we are of love and that we heal the internal woundedness in ourselves. Today I had a beloved client, and she's a great friend and a client, and I truly love her. And she and I have worked together a lot. I've helped her through a lot of things. And regarding fear in particular, she's struggled with a lot of fear. And I've assisted her with, guidance on that. And she wrote me an email this morning, and I was sharing this on Facebook, how she wrote to me with concern that I needed to be more modest. She was kind of commenting on the fact that she had heard women at the gym where I teach commenting about my breast size. And I was just like, whoa, really? And I'm not surprised about it, because throughout my life, I've had people judge me based on just external, the way they see me. And often I used to take it really personal. I used to cry and be like, oh, what do I have to do to get them to like me? And that was exhausting. I spent a lot of my 20s to, 20s to almost 30s living like that. And I don't anymore. And when I was listening to what she was sharing, I wrote her back and I said, I really honor you. And she was just showing concern, saying, if you want to be a healer that's taken seriously, if you want to succeed, like I feel you do. And she said she sensed I wanted to be like the next Doreen Virtue or Louise Hay. And I was just like, it was interesting to observe her perspective. But what I saw was, this is a human that has a lot of judgment inside of herself. She is a human that's comparing me to others and thinking that I need to be like them because these are people that she sees as spiritual. And when I was reading it, I was just like, there's no part of me that feels this is in alignment. I have never, and she told me that her angels told her that I needed to dress more modestly or I wasn't going to have a successful career. And I just say this because we have to so be careful and really tune in to what feels aligned and what feels off. And as I was reading this, it really felt off to me because, first of all, I don't feel judgmental. Comments like that are coming from angels. I am so tuned in. I can feel and discern energy very quickly. I do feel those comments and judgments were coming from within her, and they were connected to what she sees of her own body, how she sees herself as a woman, what she sees as beautiful, or as she said, she was concerned people would think I'm sleazy. And I was just like, wow, like that is just so far away from what I think about myself. But the reason I say this is because so many of us need to heal stuff inside of ourselves. We need to heal the woundedness of our own body image. There is nothing wrong with being a beautiful woman or a beautiful man. There's nothing wrong with having a curvy body. But there is something out of alignment of us feeling judgment towards each other because we think that someone should look a certain way, or we see these certain images and we think that for them to be success, they need to be like a clone of that image. And my response was just that I love myself. I love my body. I love my angels. I do not feel they would ever say such things. And that I am here to be the first Tanya Love. I am not here to be a clone of Doreen Virtue or a clone of Oprah Winfrey or a clone of Louise Hay. I adore those women. I look up to them highly. I think they're amazing and powerful women. However, they're them and I am me. And so there's no part of me that feels like I need to wear a turtleneck to be taken seriously and to be heard. I feel like our beauty is something that is internal, and we also can celebrate that externally. But as women really, I just feel it is time for us to love each other, and that's going to start with loving ourselves. It's time for us to be there for each other, to be each other's best friend, and to stop competing with each other, to stop feeling inadequate and insecure because we don't look like others around us, and to really just be in our own power